of this block. These particular zonings appear to be very straightforward, so we're going to go to 3 minutes. We're going to start with Senator Alma Francis Heyliger. Senator Francis Heyliger, you may proceed with your 3 minutes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to my colleagues, the testifiers. Good afternoon to the people of the territory, as well as central staff. My first round of questioning in regards to ZAJ 22-2, the Diocese of St. Thomas. In the report out of DPNR, they spoke to endangered species and potential threatening of endangered species. What does the diocese plan on doing in regards to limiting any kind of issues in that regard? As well as, has DPNR spoken to you guys about a plan of action in regards to that?
No, we have not heard from DPNR in regards to the endangered species.
Well, you also, it was mentioned in the report. Do you guys have a plan of action, or, you just heard the report and, what are the issues you foresee in that you might have to step in and mitigate?
I refer that question to Barefoot Architect, Mrs. Aaron, who can answer that question.
Thank you so much.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Good afternoon. This is Erin. That would come up when we submit for our major CZM permit. That's one of the requirements. Is it an endangered species check? It wasn't flagged in our first submittal. If it becomes flagged and we have to do a analysis, I guess we'll get a biologist on board to do that work.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. In regards to the kitchen that you guys spoke about and the development, what are the plans for this kitchen? How many hours do you foresee that this community kitchen will be available to the public?
Could you repeat that? You said how many, what did you
How many hours do you foresee that this community kitchen be available to the public on a weekly basis?
How many hours?
Yes.
Yes, Ms. Aaron.
So this is Erin from Barefoot Design Group. So there's two kitchens. There's one in the community center that will be used for like receptions and special events. The other kitchen is part of the homeless shelter and Catholic Charities. That'll be used on a daily basis. There's a similar kitchen in Cruz Bay that they use on a daily basis. So this center will operate very similarly to the one in Cruz Bay and serve lunch on a daily basis.
Okay. Mr. Willis, Madam Chair, may I ask my last two questions quickly?
You may wrap up, Senator.
Thank you. Mr. Willis, in regards to the suggestion by DPNR to have a variance of B3, does your clients have any issues with that instead of going to B2?
No, we don't have any objections to that.
Okay, excellent. And the last question, in regards to Ms. Williams and Ms. Andrews, ZAC 22-4, by subdividing this property into 4 parcels, have you looked at potential, or anyone looked at potential overcrowding in this specific area, or this is an area that's already filled with homes, et cetera?
No, we don't have a concern with overcrowding. It's an area that's not congested at all.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Madam Chair, for the additional time.
Thank you, Senator Francis Heyliger.
Francis Heyliger, you may proceed with your 2 minutes.
Good afternoon once again to my colleagues, to the testifier, to the people of the territory, central staff. But my first set of questions is, well, I have a comment. I was listening to DPNR state their some of their concerns and some of the questions. But a lot of them, they were just stating them as a matter of fact, but there was no real resolution that was stated behind them, dealing with rodents and all of these other issues that might be affecting the surrounding neighborhoods. Has there been any type of environmental study or impact study as it's going to happen by placing some of these things in certain neighborhoods or surrounding areas?
Good afternoon, Keith Richards, Assistant Commissioner, DPNR. In the analysis, I believe we attempted to address the individual concerns of the residents as they were presented to us. In some instances, the report talks about the fact that these
1 minute.
projects will require assessment by the department as they submit specific design and construction permits to build the sites. And
Well, Mr. Richard, hi, how I'm limited for time. Got 2 minutes. But that goes back to where my concern is, because you're asking us to rezone these things to give you permission to do it, but then there's still quite a lot of information and data and studies that you don't know how these are potentially going to impact those around. And that's where I'm a little bit concerned, because I would assume that some of this would have been readily available prior, and have some of these answers prior to. I also have a quick question. When it comes to talking about recycling, you guys spoke about it potentially being expensive, yes. But have you guys created a timeline as to when you guys would like to start and have a completion of the program to roll out?
Time.
So I'll respond to the first part. So the department has made a determination based on past experience and based on what the Virgin Islands Waste Management plans to do, that there will be no adverse impact that we can see in advance of developing these waste facilities, these convenience centers in the various neighborhoods.
Okay.
Again, however, we do have the regulatory process and step-by-step process that waste management will have to go through to get approval on these projects. And on the recycling part, that's for waste management.
Okay. Good afternoon, Alex Bruni, Engineering Manager for Solid Waste.
Good afternoon.
First and foremost, if you look at the current bin sites that we have throughout the territory, by constructing these man convenience centers, we'll be improving the conditions and the environment around these facilities. So it's going to be a drastic improvement for us territory-wide. Second of all, when it comes to recycling, the mindset of waste management right now is to do as much waste diversion to save on the airspace at our current landfill. So as much as we could diverse any type of waste streams from the landfill, that's our intention as far as glass, plastics, green waste, and so forth. That's our intention, and that's the mode that we're heading in right now.
Okay, well, I see my time has been called, but the one thing I'm going to end with is it's always your intention. And that's where I get very concerned, because a lot of times it's we hope to do this, we intend to do this, and then when the public expects something, it's literally non-existent or dragged on for years. So I'm hoping that this is something you guys are serious about getting accomplished, but thank you for the additional time.
Thank you, Senator Francis Heyliger. Senator Alma Francis Heyliger, you may proceed with your 3 minutes, Senator.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon again to my colleagues, testifiers, people of the territory. I first want to address my first set of questions in regards to Silver Bay. What is the economic impact for renewing this permit and rebuilding this dock in the territory?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? I didn't hear it very well.
Oh, I was asking in regard to the potential economic impact for rebuilding this dock, specifically in St. Croix.
For now? Okay.
Hear me?
Yes, thank you. I've understood the question. Thanks to Senator Lai, too. Economic impact is positive. It's positive for everyone. It's positive for the town of Christiansted. Christiansted is developing with very strict guidance from CCM, and it's not only functional, but it's beautiful. And this will further enhance access to the water. As Amy stated, we do not do liveaboard at the pier. More than likely, there will be visitors who will be in the island, or those who already live here and will come and stay, not on their boat, but leave their boat at the pier. So the impact, I think, is economically sound for the owners, for the town, and for the people of St. Croix.
1 minute.
Is there money to build
I would also like to
do this for a few years. So we've been accumulating materials, fortunately, power stations and things like that. And we plan on moving forward as quickly as possible. We'll need to reassemble, of course, contractors. We know it's difficult times right now.
Thank you.
People coming and going.
I would also like to ask the question of Tropical in regards to their economic impact, for why they believe expanding the marina would be in the best interest, as well as have you identified individuals for the retail space. You're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm sorry, to whom was the question directed?
Tropical, I was telling them that they're on mute. You got to unmute their mic.
Carmen, I think you can probably answer that better than
now. And the question was, please?
What I was asking was also for the economic impact in regards to the expansion. Why do you believe that this expansion will be beneficial, in addition to have you identified those that might be occupying retail space?
Time.
Well, I have lots of customers that is waiting and hoping that they can have space at the marina. The marine industry is improving greatly, and I am hoping that I would get a favorable answer in my expansion.
Thank you for your responses. Senator, your time has been called.
Thank you very much.
Senator DeGray.